What's cracking, guys? Alright, this is what's happening. Thursday. Seems like Friday. So I did this first try. Didn't redo anything. Did it first hit. Turned out really good. It was a fun project for me, man. There you have it. Little Psycho Zip 5 pill. A lot going on in the back end. Small cabinets. What's going on, BB? Let's see you roll up in here, man. So, like I said, I did this box for a friend of mine in Florida. He goes by the handle of Charlie Brown. He asked me to sign it. He asked me to do not all of this. I did this out of my goodness of my heart. The guy's good to me. He helps me out a lot. Hooks me up. Plenty of people. He sent me plenty of people to help me out. Fill some orders up and etc. But once I did the face, and you guys, I posted a little bit on this as I went. Once I did the face and figured it out, I cut the yellow vinyl and I laid it all out and tried to do the best I could with a Charlie Brown theme. And I think I nailed it. Did pretty good. Yeah, Preston, you know who's going to like that is actually the other Charlie Brown. So, and I know another Charlie Brown up in Canada. I know three of these guys. But anyway, I did the face, and then it just kind of looked at the board, and I was like, God, I could do it in black, which would have looked great. But I really wanted to incorporate what I did on the outside to the inside, just because this was a theme box. I don't do a lot of them. This was a really fun project for me. I tried to order some yellow wire. I didn't get it here in time. So I went with white and black on the inside. I think I rolled in pretty good on how everything looks. It's appeasing to the eyes. It's pretty good. There's some flaws in it. But like I said, when I do these boards, I have one try. Other than that, if I screwed up, I got to wash it all down with lacquer thinner and start over. And I did it one shot, and it was just fun. I just had a good time just taking and doing it, and I pulled it apart. I clear coated it, and then it all blended, and it just looked you see it. I love it. It's not something I'm going to be doing every day, but like I said, when I get one of these theme boxes like this, they're very fun for me to build. It's something out of my ordinary. It's different. Every box I built in the past, since I started the Mowatts with the colors, they all were different to me, and it's something new, and I really enjoy that. But unfortunately, you guys, you have a color palette. You can pick anything you want, and a lot of guys are doing what they saw last. And I really wish that you guys could take and be a little bit inspired on what I'm doing and say, hey, let's do this color palette. Let's do this color palette. Let's put these two colors together, combinations. I think I have a couple bright ones coming up, and they're going to look really neat. You know, I look at these color palettes and bright, vibrant colors. You're not looking at a box that you see coming out of anybody else's shop. You're only ever going to see a box like this coming out of my shop, at least the original ones. There's a lot of fakes and frauds out there. People are trying, and I encourage them to try to step their game up to learn to do something better for themselves and better for their customers that they're building for. So That said, it's Thursday in the middle afternoon. I'm not expecting a big crowd in here. But if you guys want to share the posts or whichever, send it off to your friends, your buddies, your groups. That's all fine and welcome. No problem. I post this stuff up public. I'm not hiding from anybody. So as far as the output power goes, it's pretty much the same as all the rest of them. The last 5-pill I ran, I think it was a black and white one. I made a change to it. I used a cap in there that I was questionable on it. I ran the video anyway. After the video, I changed it, and I didn't need to go back and rerun the box and say, "Oh, I messed up." No, I didn't really mess up. I was trying something, and my try was a failure and success because I learned that I can't use that part for this application. Didn't hurt a thing. It just restricted my power at the end of the day. So I eliminated that. So made other changes in this box a little bit I normally don't do. Like I said, I built this for a really good friend of mine, Charlie Brown out of Florida. And by the way, Charlie, this Bud Light commercial's for you, sponsored by Charlie Shibley, Mr. Charlie Brown in Florida, sitting there next to your Psycho Zip box. Thanks for the beer money, by the way, and let's fire this thing up. So we're cruising all up in here at 14.9 today, and we'll just probably run it backwards a little bit, but I'm not going to go in any bigger power supply than what I have. Obviously, we just see increases in output power as we increase the volts by 1 volt or so. And let's clean the camera up a bit so you guys can see everything really well. And let's fire in the hole. All right, here's your dead key. Current drawn on a dead key. Dead key is 200 watts, 33 amps on the carrier. This is a 25 watt slug showing my radio, a 5 watt slug return slug, and let a rip potato chip. Here is my radio at right around 14.9. Audio, about 11 bird. All right, here you go. Here's your input reflect. Each line is 1/10 of a watt. Looking at the center scale, the 10 is 1 watt. Each line is 1/10. The big first hash mark is, big long hash mark is 1/2 watt. Ayo! So you're looking right around 7/8 of a watt input reflect. Now if we were to show that on 25 watt slug, just for example, a little bigger slug, it shows me less. So either way, it's a relative to me, it's very low. All right. Here's a 1,000 watt slug in the carriage, RMS only. Let's take a peek up here at the volts and amps. Ayo! 69 amps. Well, we're drawing some current. Ayo! 68, 69 down there. And here's your 1,000 watt slug. Each line is 20 watts. Bottom scale. Ayo! About 560, 580 worldwide, 1, 2, 1, 2, audio, worldwide, audio. Hello, radio, worldwide. So 500, 520 on the talky talk, breaker. Box turned out really, really, really well. Very pleased with it. I don't have a lot of time to make a video today. I got other things I have to do. And I'm supposed to go get the ugly truck out of the shop after another $500 or $600. Finding out that the workers that had worked on the truck since I have owned it, from the transmission to the guy that put the spark plugs and quote unquote gave it a tune-up, screwed everything up, man. The computer they put in my truck came out of an old Silverado pickup truck, and it was running a transmission, but in return there was some faulty wiring going to the crank trigger, and then they find out that the computer was out of a different truck and they never reprogrammed it. My truck was running 22 degrees negative on the distributor. So I think they had to replace the distributor, did this, did that. They have to do some crank shims for the trigger, and they replaced faulting wiring, and they reflashed computer, so it recognizes my truck. So that means the ugly truck is getting ready to go on the road. It's getting ready to take and get a whole lot better gas mileage, and it's going to start every time as soon as I turn the key, and I can't wait for that to happen. So, awesome. don't mind spending the money if you're doing the job right. And that said, y'all don't be afraid to spend your money if you find somebody that does the job right. I don't care who you buy your stuff from. I ain't preaching buy mine, buy mine. I don't care who you buy that shit from. Take and make sure you know what you're buying, what you're getting, what they display, what they offer, and you're not getting short sticked. Because, boy, I sure hate to hear that phone call say, I bought this from so-and-so and so-and-so. It was brand new. I keyed it 3 times, and it blew up. Well, did they give you any instructions? I had 3 foot of coax. I had 9 foot of coax. I had a 1.5 standing wave. Some of that's your fault. Some of it's the builder's fault. So, make your own good or bad decisions and no matter what you buy. If it's a loaf of bread or a linear amplifier or tires for your cars or diapers for the baby's butt, make your own good or bad decisions. Don't go cheap when you're spending a lot of money on this equipment. Don't go cheap on your jumpers. Don't go cheap on your power cord. Do not go cheap on your quick disconnects, and do not bolt an amplifier directly to a battery permanently, because guess what? If this thing catches on fire, you cannot disconnect it in your mobile fast enough. These quick disconnects are awesome. I wish I could do it one-handed, but let me show you real quick. You get an air gas. This is what it would look like complete. This is just an open end for my bench. Twist, done. It's got a flat spot. It hooks in a little anchor all the way down in there. There's a flat spot there. It slides in. Twist, lock, you're done. Those things can handle well over 300 amps. I've done 700 across them before. No problem. Good way to do it. So if you have smaller wires like I have here, I use a shim. The shim I use is simple braided strap. I roll it around the wire. And you can see that was pushed down from the acorn. It don't damage the wire. It keeps the wires binded. So if you don't put something around those wires inside these connectors that are solderless, you use an Allen wrench, they could spread open like this, and you're not making a very good connection. So you can have the right parts, but if you install the wire wrong, you got garbage. So take a second, get a piece of scrap material, even if it's solid brass that's bendable, copper, braided wire, anything to go around the wires once, stops where it finishes, overlap a little bit, tighten it up, put it down. So there you have it, one little Charlie Brown themed 5-pill. Let's see what it does backed all the way down. Turn my dead key up. Okay. All right, there you go, backed all the way down. Radio's jamming about 11 bird. Audio 280, 280, 250, 280, 250. Audio 260. Audio 12, 12, 12. Now that's backed all the way down. Let's see what it is about half throttle. Okay. Audio half throttle, half throttle, half throttle, half throttle, half throttle. 380, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 420. Audio wide. Audio 1. All right. Let's see what it does wide open. Let the carrier down again. All right, here we go. Audio keeps on climbing. Audio 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So, very cool little Charlie Brown box for Charlie Shibley down there in Florida, the land of the sandals. Damn, that thing looks cool. All right, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed my theme build. Don't do them very often. When I get to do them, I really, really have fun doing them. And this was a really nice build. It was a pleasure to build it for my friend Charlie. And he's got it. Charlie, you're going to play hell selling this. I don't think Charlie's going to part with this one. So, says he can't wait. Well, there you go, man. You even got the super special signature. See, I started, actually, that was a mistake. And I was like, oh, man. I put the P and I went to make a Z and I ended up making an S. I was like, dang. I think I got enough room, so I finished the word psycho. Because normally I put PZS, and that stands for Psycho Zip Systems. And so this one ended up being a 001 box. I put CB there. That means Charlie Brown in Florida. So this is how I signed it for my friend. Please enjoy it. I know you will. If it ever comes up missing, it won't be a hard one to find. Because there's only one in the fucking world like it. So, there you go. Again, this commercial break interruption has been brought to you by Charlie Brown out of the sand pile. I'm sliding out of here. Thanks for hanging out. No little critters in here. Nope. Nobody. Not for sale. You'll sell it. I don't think so. But anyway, there you go, guys. Sure enjoyed this build. I really, really did. The bypass is tuned. This particular relay does not require a tuning cap. 5/16 ground bolt, 2 10-gauge wires, remote jack. Just double check that. Let me get my little remote jack harness here. Push it in here real quick. There we go. Cut that off. Let's see if it works. I'll turn the switch on and off. Yep. Remote jack works. You can't say, hey man, I plugged a remote jack in and it don't work. I got a thing to test that. Alright guys, take care. God bless. 12 foot of coax in and out of this unit of 213 or the velocity factor family of 0.66. Otherwise, a half a wavelength electrically. If you don't think coax don't matter, then you need to check yourself and don't call me because I might cuss you out. Catch y'all later. I'm 10-7. Bye.